Yo, welcome to the video. Today we're talking about Antonio Brown. Now, when I was younger, or at least when I originally was getting into football, Antonio Brown was a really good player. He was elite. There was a whole time where there was a conversation of who's the best right now? Is it Antonio Brown? Is it Julio Jones? Is it Larry Fitzgerald? You know what I mean? And he was really good. Then he got diagnosed, or I don't know if he's diagnosed, but I mean, we all know. CTE is a brain disorder, chronic something, in which when someone gets hit too hard and their brain gets rattled, it's brain damage, okay? And he got it, and most people believe it's from this clip right here that I'm about to show you, where Antonio Brown gets hit very hard, unnecessarily, by Montez Perfect.
Personal foul, a flag does come in. Went to the head. Lewis Harris is going to be flagged for this on the hit on Antonio Brown, and it's going to put the Steelers in field goal range.
Head, you could see it live. Marvin Lewis, before this drive started, was talking on the sideline the whole time. It seemed like to Montez Perfect, and yes.
Oh my goodness.
Now, everyone equates that hit, and then his career started going downhill. He even did some stuff kicking a punter, he for unnecessary reasons. He was just fighting. He was doing a lot of stuff, posting crazily, and then he eventually, when traded on the Buccaneers, he ended up doing some randomly in the middle of the game. He waved goodbye. He said, "I'm out. I'm leaving," which happened right here.
Antonio Brown, that's Antonio Brown without his uniform, we are told, without his jersey, and running onto the field. I don't know if that could have been a penalty.
All right, Jen Hale, get after that.
Antonio Brown boiled over, very upset on the sideline, took off his shoulder pads. Mike Evans, O.J. Howard trying to convince him to keep them on. Obviously, they were unable to do so. He tossed his shoulder pads, stripped off his shirt and glove, threw those into the crowd, then ran across the field while the teams were still on the field, giving the crowd a peace out sign. I'll let you know when we hear something official on his status.
And Antonio Brown, then after a lot of stuff, it was about 2 years ago, after a lot of stuff, he ends up getting back in the public eye by doing this, which you're about to see a full robotic voice speaking.
Brown was at a hotel pool in Dubai where he saw a woman he wanted attention from. When he first confronted her, she laughed off his advances, but things quickly escalated to the point where Brown wrapped a scarf around her neck and repeatedly taunted and exposed himself to her, and she had to swim away from him in disgust before angrily sharing the unwanted experience with others inside the hotel. Luckily, she wasn't the only person present, as there were multiple witnesses who spoke out, and someone filmed this encounter and shared it for the world to see. The video is graphic and disturbing. This was an assault, and the fact Antonio Brown did it at all is reprehensible, and he should face consequences for his actions.
I'm a lost for words. This is not normal. This is very, very disturbing.
Which, come on, man. After he threw her in the water, he then started doing things to himself. We all know about Antonio Brown. And it was just insane. And he then posts some other stuff, and he's out of the public eye for a little bit, but he has a lot of beef with Shannon Sharp. Then fast forward, recently there's this streamer named Neon, really annoying really annoying guy. He goes on the stream with Neon, in which they're going and buying jewelry and whatnot, and he has his mic still on, and he says some things about taking advantage of him, and I'm gonna be putting this all on his tab. Just watch this.
Time go by, bro. Gotta take advantage.
I'm tight, bro.
Put this shit on Neon tab, bro.
This shit's out, bro. Nah, he said he's got this shit right here, bro.
Yeah, put this shit on Neon.
Then earlier today, he posts something, which it's funny to me. He posts something, which I'm not gonna say any of the words because they're non-YouTube words. I'm gonna play the video. You're gonna see some words. So just look at it, and this is what he posted earlier today. Crazy, insane. Whoa, Antonio Brown, chill out. We get it. And he started this thing called CTESPN. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of hilarious. But on another thing, what happened today is what happened. Like the most important thing is he started beef with Demar Hamlin. Which, for those of you who don't know, Demar Hamlin also was a player who got hit very badly. But what happened with him was a lot worse than what happened to Antonio Brown. He got hit by T. Higgins, and you know, he was basically dead for a while on the field, and then he got like carted off, sent to an ambulance. They had to and it was pretty bad.
A terrifying moment involving Buffalo Bills safety Demar Hamlin. He collapsed on the field last night in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and players from both teams watched as he was given CPR. In a statement, the Bills say, quote, Demar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest following a hit in the Buffalo Bills game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. His heartbeat was restored on the field, and he was transferred to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for further testing and treatment. He was currently sedated and listed in critical condition. Hamlin is just 24 years old.
Yo, just hopping in here real quick to say, I forgot to transition from the part where I was talking about what happened to Demar Hamlin and Antonio Brown having beef with Demar Hamlin. Now, Antonio Brown had beef with Demar Hamlin because of no reason. It was a tweet where Demar Hamlin, or no, he posted Demar Hamlin talking about this, which was, you'll get that later on. I just didn't do a proper transition. So this is a transition from when he got hurt to now him and Antonio Brown's beef. And it's, yeah, you'll see. It was described by this other guy named Daniel, which I'm going to show you the video here of that. It's this other guy named Daniel talking about it. I might just jump in and talk, but he does a very well explanation of it, so I'm just gonna show that.
Antonio Brown and Demar Hamlin are currently going at each other right now on Twitter, and things are getting spicy, with AB essentially starting the whole thing by answering a tweet that read, name a fictional character's death that you have not gotten over, and this guy really fucking put Demar Hamlin.
Putting Demar Hamlin as your favorite fictional dead person, that's kind of hilarious. Even though I get it, the whole Demar Hamlin and whatnot, it's funny. Come on, admit it.
And for context as to what AB is referring to, obviously we all know that Demar Hamlin almost died on the field against the Bengals. So of course, there's an insane conspiracy theory that went around that I obviously do not believe, that Demar Hamlin actually died that day and the guy representing him now is like a clone or something.
Let me just tell you, Demar Hamlin is not a clone. He's playing just about as trash as he was before this. You know what I mean? He's still a bum, you know, they're just afraid to cut him because of controversy reasons, but...
So Demar answered Antonio Brown back by saying, I pray God don't ever let me turn into a burnt old head like you. I used to look up to you, damn near shit sad for real. Talk about a clone, bring back the real AB. Hamlin even exposed Brown by showing how he never answers his DMs, calling him a weirdo, and putting the hashtag pray for AB with a clown emoji.
Damn, in his DMs the previous Wednesday, like, come on, dude. Come on. Like, literally in his DMs the previous Wednesday, now you're talking shit. Are you just like mad he didn't like text you back?
And I'm sure we could all agree that if you guys have kept up with Antonio Brown's Twitter account, sure, it could be for entertainment, but the guy is still off the rails. And Antonio answered back by basically saying that his therapist told him that NFL players have low self-esteems and that they're weak. And I get that Antonio Brown is probably doing this for clicks and views, but I think we could again all agree that this shit is pretty low.
A lot of profanity used at the end there, but as you can see, he's like already tweaking. He's already like going off, bro. And like, it's just deep end. Like, there's nothing you can really do with Antonio Brown. He's like already kind of far gone. It's like what Gronk with CTE and whatnot, and what sadly made Aaron Hernandez like do what Aaron Hernandez did. CTE is like a horrible thing. Like, it's really bad, and it's cooked, but sadly, like, he has it. And I don't like the fact that he's being put back in the light, like, because obviously he's doing these things still for attention and this, that, which is really, like, I feel bad for the guy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Antonio has gone down the deep side. Like, there's nothing more you can really do for him. This is just how it is, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, and peace.